How's it going?
All right, how can I help you?
I have a signed Crosby, Stills, and Nash Martin backpacker guitar that I won in a radio contest. It was a 10-question trivia.
What was question number 10?
What was the name of the van in Scooby-Doo?
The Mystery Wagon.
Mystery Machine.
Oh.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my guitar that is signed by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I have no sentimental value attached to it and would just like to cash out.
Okay, we have Graham Nash, Stills, and I'm assuming this is Crosby.
Yep.
They were an incredible band. David Crosby's been around since the early 60s. He was in the Byrds. They had some really politically motivated music. They're all in the Rock Hall of Fame. When Crosby, Stills, and Nash started back in 1968, all three of them had already been in successful bands. But their new sound was totally unique. The way they harmonized was amazing, and they were a huge hit. Any particular reason they gave it to you on a backpacker?
Not a clue.
I mean, it's a backpacker because you can actually pick this up and throw it in a backpack. Right like that. It might stick out the top a little bit, but it's in your backpack. Normally, I'd call in my buddy Drew to take a look at these autographs to see if they're real, but your story sounds completely legit, and I don't think anybody in their right mind would put these autographs on a backpacker.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
not taking away, it's a great guitar for what it is. So what do you want to do with it?
I would like to get $1,000 in my pocket for it.
If it was a regular guitar, probably offer you $1,500, but it's not. I'm thinking $700.
It's definitely different. I'm looking at like 8.
Problem is, we don't have confirmation on the autographs. I believe they're real, but there's still that chance I'm taking a risk. 7. I think that's a fair price for it.
Still not there. How much closer can you come to 8?
$750. I mean, that's final offer. That's what I can do.
I'd do $750.
Okay, deal. I love signed rock memorabilia because it usually sells quick. I just have to make sure the signatures are the real deal before I can put it on my shelf. Hey, Drew, how's it going?
Great, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. You gonna look at this guitar for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the guys usually call me down when they have a question document or a question signature and they're not sure if it's authentic or not. Wow, this is a very unique guitar. Oh, well, how'd you get this?
Walked in the front door. The guy won it in a contest. His story sounded really good. Everything looked legit to me. So I sort of went with it.
Well, Crosby, Stills, and Nash is probably one of the biggest folk rock bands of all time. I think over 25 platinum singles. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They played Woodstock. The value of their autographs these days has gone through the roof. Makes me a little nervous that he purchased it before calling me, so hopefully it'll turn out and be authentic. We'll see. Well, we'll start at the top with Crosby, and it's definitely written with a black porous tip pane. You can't use ballpoints for this type of surface. It just doesn't come out good at all, you know. This is always unique the way he combines his first and last name, and he always has this underscore for loops. And of course, then we would have Nash at the bottom, and he doesn't have much of a design for his signature. I mean, it's pretty basic, but can you imagine how many signatures these guys have signed over their 50-year career?
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be millions.
Yeah, it really has to be, you know. The Stills, it's a little suspicious, really. This is not a vintage signature from 30 years ago.
Okay, the guy said he won the guitar in 2003, I think it was, right?
Oh, is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It got more flamboyant over time, you know, definitely. But it's got the figure 8 design, which you want to see, written with high speed. If you put it all together, and the fact that we know it's not vintage, it's more modern of their styling, it's definitely real. There's no doubt. Congratulations, man.
All right, thanks, man. You know what? I figured it'd be a quick sell, though. It is Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the great things about being in Las Vegas, music memorabilia sells.
So what do you think it's worth?
Well, these are the main guys in the band. They're probably not going to be signing a lot of autographs because they're getting a little on the old side. I'd put it definitely at $1,000, maybe a little bit more, retail.
I paid $750 for it.
$750? You'll be able to make money on it, no doubt.
Okay. Thanks for
Talk to
coming
you
in,
soon.
man.
All right.
Put it away, chum. Don't play with it. I paid a little more than I normally would for something like this, but it's a cool little guitar signed by 3 guys that helped shape an era. Collectors of rock memorabilia are gonna love this thing.